Hello guys, welcome to this section of our WordPress class, web design class with WordPress and also with AI. In this section, we are looking at WordPress. Before now, we've discussed so many things. You can look at this document on your notes. It's attached to this course. So you look at your course dashboard, you are going to see this document. You can see everything that we've looked into, the foundation at the beginning. I've given you the welcome mindset and your expectation and every other thing. Like I said, because of this training, you will learn how you can build websites in less than an hour and charge more than 200k for it. I promise you that. If you focus on this training, by the time you take either the WordPress section or you take the AI section, you take it seriously, I promise you that you are going to make money. I promise you. I promise you. In fact, traveling abroad will be something more than feasible for you. So we've looked into this section. We've looked into this. Now we are looking at what? Navigating your WordPress dashboard. In the last section, we say I showed you how to install WordPress. I navigated through the cPanel for you so that you would understand. You understand? So if you don't understand it, you either decide to go back and watch the video again, or but you come to my DM and ask me questions. But please make sure that any question you ask me are things that I did not address. I might have skipped, even though I've been extremely detailed. I've been extremely detailed in this course, and I just want you to understand it. I just want you to get the value. You understand? These sections are free. So I'm going to close this. I told you when you install WordPress newly, you are going to see something like this. And then this is what? Your blank dashboard. Nothing has been installed here. So everything is what? Blank. So in this section, we are looking into navigating the WordPress dashboard. You can see post, pages, media, permalinks, settings, and appearance, and all of those things. What do these things mean? You see, some people say they've built a lot of websites for clients. They've never written one line of code, yet they are charging 500,000, 700,000 for it. Yes, you can do that with WordPress. So let me explain it to you. This is your WordPress dashboard. You can see your home, you can see site health, quick draft. This is something you can posting, right? You can see, it's like on Facebook, when you log into Facebook, they ask you what's on your mind today. That's the same thing it is. If you have a blog site, they say what's on your mind. You put the title, which is also called the heading or the headline, and then you put the content. So the next thing we have is this update. Update is if there's an update on your the version of your WordPress. Those are technical things. Next thing we have is post. What is post? Like I said, if you have a blog site or you have a site, you are trying to build a website where there is blog in it, where you will always post. If you know a popular website now like BBC, let's go to BBC. Let's use a practical example. BBC Sports. You can see latest news today, blah, blah, blah. Now, if you go to news, what do you see? You see posts. Different posts. Zelensky proposed face-to-face talks in open letter to Putin. Different posts. Let's click on this particular post. You can see this is the post. This is the heading. This is the copy. No, I'm not interested. This is the author name. Do you understand? Now, this is the same thing that we have on WordPress. It's not magic. It's not magic. You can see title, author name, category. You can see comment. Now, if we want to add our own post, all we need to do is click on Add Post. On our site, this is what our site look like, by the way. This is what our site look like, by the way. So let's assume that we want to add posts from our end. It asks us what is the title and what is the copy. So all we need to do is to what? Find the title. Let's say this is the title. And we click on this. Of course, I can't publish the same thing BBC published to avoid copyright and all of those things. S5. So I can just say report says we have to use correct formatting. S5 of Dubai Ruler's Nephew is in custody. I'm just going to remove this. So report says ex-wife of Dubai Ruler's Nephew is in custody. I can put this, say BBC News. This is just for example. Please don't try this. And I can just copy the content here and say this. And I can just add it to the body. And that's it. Now, if I come to the sidebar here, that's why I say you may need the laptop for WordPress, right? Because it helps you to see everything. It helps you to what? To see everything. Now, if you come to post, this block, if you come to post, under block, you can see that there's text color where you can change the text color of this particular. So you can see that this place, the text color has changed. You understand? You can change the background. You can see. So, but we don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So you can do it for these sections as well. You don't want to do that. So let's just focus on post. Now it says featured image. Now this is featured image. Set featured image. If you look at this place, there's somebody on the picture. This is the featured image. So we too can set our own featured image. Yeah. All you need to do is to click on it. And if you have files in your media library, which I'll explain to you what media library is, by the way, if you don't have, you upload from your computer. And when we say upload from your computer, you can just put anything. Of course, that has to do with the post. And what you set it as your featured image. You can see this. You can see, say, publish immediately, or what do you want to schedule it where you want to publish immediately. It's a single post, author from admin. There's a place you can edit this. I'm going to show you later as well. But let's just, for the purpose of this, this class will just, publish categories. If you don't have categories, you can create a new category and say it is for news, right? And you add the category. And you can say tags. It means what do people type? To see this news, gossip. Let's say gossip, and then you would publish. Now, the moment we publish, we can now see the post. WordPress.goodnetwork.com/2026 report says blah blah blah. The same way BBC has theirs. The same way we have ours too. The reason you are saying WordPress.goodnetwork, remember that I created a subdomain. That's why. You can see what it looks like. Report says blah blah blah. And you can see this is gossip news. Do you understand? Do you see? Now we've not started styling our site at all. That's why our site still looks ugly. As of now, I'm just still showing you everything on the site, one after the other. So I'm going to leave this page so that you can see this is it. I just showed you what post is. You can add posts, you can add categories. If you look at the other place, I added news from inside the adding post, but you can do it from here, so you don't need to start adding it from there. And also the same as tag. Now, if you look at the former, when we're adding posts to, there was a place that says media. Select from media. So if I had this picture in media before, I wouldn't need to upload it from my laptop. So I had to upload from my laptop, but you can always add new media on your WordPress without always having to upload from your laptop. Do you understand? You understand how it is? So you can always add anything to it. So yeah, that's that. Now, before we go to pages and all of this, I want to show you something, and it's very important. It's called themes. It's called themes. Now, what are themes? Themes are actually what determines how your website would look like. Themes are what determines how your website will look like. Let's look at the Google definition. What are WordPress themes? You see, WordPress themes is a collection of files that controls the visual appearance, layout, and overall design of your website. So WordPress is like a template. A lot of people use Canva today because they have already designed some things for you. All you need to do is to edit and use. The same way, if I want to make you pass your exams, all I need to do is to give you a template. That's the answers, so that you can copy from it and be successful. That's exactly what WordPress themes are. That is exactly what WordPress themes are. Do you understand? So, themes will help you organize your website. So therefore, whenever you create your WordPress, always make sure that the first place that you come to is your themes. Now, when you come to themes, you see how this website, look at it. You can look at this place and this place. You see how it looks. That's exactly how our website look like. You can see, ugly. So you need to look for good themes that you can use. And these are not the only themes that are available for you. You can add new themes. You understand? So it is always advisable. It is always advisable to use Astra. You can decide to use anything here. It's your preference. It's always advisable to use Astra. When you use Astra, it gives your website a better layout so that you can use it. So when you use it, you install it. That's the first thing that is advisable for you to always do. And when you install Astra, you activate it. Now, Astra is our current theme. Let's go back to our site and reload it. Let's see what it looks like. You can see. Now, let me remove this /sample page and go to our website. You can see what it looks like. You see, it is better than the way it looked like before. Our news is now displaying better. But you'll notice that there are no home page, about us, all of those things yet. Yes, we'll get there. The first thing is that we already have Astra as our theme. Now, once you do that, the next thing that you must do is to come to either design, customize, and all of these things. You go after it, one after the other, because this is the appearance of your website. And if this is the appearance of your website, you must make sure that you dress it well first before you start putting anything on it. So, I advise you come to customize, not design. You go to design later, right? But first, customize it. Let it look fine. So pay attention in this section so that you understand it very, very clearly. You understand it very, very clearly. Now, we'll look at everything one after the other so that there's clarity, so that there is understanding. Now, it says page layer. Look at it. What's your site color? Blue. Primary blue. That's why you're seeing all this blue. So I like to use white and black, so I will use black. You can see some things are still showing blue, but just continue. Secondary color, it says this kind of gray, I still use black. Text, black. Accent, green, I still use black. We'll go after it one after the other. I'll click on what? Publish. Publish means saved. So it's saved. I come to typography, primary typography, font family. If you understand what font means, let me just show you what it means so that we don't have to explain too much. You see, for every time I change it, these things change. So, secondary, say Roboto. Let me use something that will change it very well so that you will see the obvious change. Then let's go to text, right? I'm going to use very obvious changes so that you see how they change. Then we have accent. Play fair, play fair, play fair. Let's play fair. Play fair display. Now we have this. Don't worry, you see the changes. Global styles, global body. I think it's my network. Let me reload this page. We are still on the page layer. We are still on the page layer section. So don't lose focus. Don't lose focus. Still on the page layer. Let's look at the post global styles. A lot has changed on WordPress. Oh yeah, but you will still understand. I'm going to leave all of this and navigate to the next section. Global. Now, global says typography, preset. So the body font, what do I want to use? Let's use something that will change very significantly. You can see how everything has changed. For every headings, what should we use? Let's say, let me use something that changes a lot. You can see. But always see, I'm not going to try and use rubbish. I'm just going to make sure that you understand it. So let's use something that makes sense. So we just don't do rubbish. I like a particular font. Roboto is the name. And I also like another one that is it. I like my heading to be, this is the body. This is what we call body. This heading. So I like my heading to be, let's use a vertical. You can see very clean. So you can see the heading font, heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, heading 6. So for every one you change, it's very significant to the application. So this is where you are styling your website. You click on publish, you save it, you press back, you navigate to the site colors too. You can see the color palette, blue, black, and whatsoever. I want to use white and black alone, so that just going to, this is the default. I'm going to try to use my own. This is dark, but I don't want to use blue. So, but I don't want to use the dark as well. So I'm going to use white and black. Use white and black. I'm going to change this to white. You can see the background is totally white now. I'm going to change this blue to black. I'm going to change this blue to black because I want it to be white and black only. You can see that this blue is now black. What color is this? Anything that looks darker, I change it to black. Anything that looks lighter, I change it to white. Do you understand it? So that everything is completely white and black. And now I have white and black in terms of text. So site background completely white. You see it here, content background completely white. Of course, I'm going to publish it and move on to the next one. Now for every buttons, this is it. I make my settings Yeah, the settings are already good. So I press my back, but you can make sure to explore as much as you want to. We have the header here now. So this is the header I'm talking about. Site, title and logo and primary menu. You won't understand this section until I explain it to you. So if you want to have another thing aside the logo and primary menu, you can add another one here. Some things are locked unless you are using the pro version of paid version of WordPress. If you had account, somebody will be able to log in on the menu. You can see this is a login, so but we don't need it. I'll show you where you can add your primary menu later. You understand? So that your website is not menuless. So that your website is not menuless. But overall, this is where you come to, to add your information and everything that you want to be on your site. Now we have post types. Now this is where you make settings. You can see the space. There's spaces on the left, spaces at the top, spaces on the right, spacing below. This is where you make settings for your post type. So how wide do you want your page to be? I always recommend you leave it like that, right? But if you have preferences, this default. If you have preferences, you can say, I don't like the spaces on the left and right. Whatever you like, but always leave it at default. This is for blog. This is for a single post. Now, how do you want a single post to be? You click on it. These are the post types. Post types. Single post. If you want it to be extremely wide, you can see that it's now very, very wide. So, but I like it the way it is on default. So, I'm just going to leave it that way. And that's the same thing you do for your search page or custom type, whatever it is that you do there as well. Then we have the next thing, which is general. General, we have what we call breadcrumb. Breadcrumb is when you're on a page. Let me show you. I want my breadcrumb after. I'll show you what the breadcrumb means later on. I hope it displays here. You can see it. These are breadcrumbs. These are indications that takes people back to where they were before and how they got there and whatsoever. I like it. I always like to put it on my website because it is good for my users so that my users know how to navigate. You can style the color here. You can say, okay, I want my breadcrumbs to have a particular background color. Let me just leave it black. But the text inside is white, so I'm just going to use text color white. You can see. But what about this one? So when you play with it, you get to understand it better, right? So I change the color back to black so that it's there. Based on my UI, this is how I want my UI to be. So you come here and play with it as much as you want. You get a lot of understanding on it. That's what breadcrumb is. You have sidebar. I said, do you want sidebar on your application? If you click on yes, I want it, sidebar will be there. But I want it on the right hand side. So you see all this. You can see this is called sidebar. It makes it more interesting. You understand, your website looks more interesting when people are reading the blog. So I love it. I'm just going to put it there. We have scroll to top. All these are still under general. You understand? Scroll to top means that when someone scrolls down, you can see this thing. When they click it, it pushes them back up. They don't need to start scrolling up, those stuff. And here it's saying, do you want it available on desktop only or mobile or both? It's on both. If you say desktop only or mobile only, it's going to be stopped. Do you want it on the right or on the left? How big do you want it? You see how it is there. So we have accessibility, global light, whatsoever it is. site accessibility. Your site makes it very easy to navigate and all. So whatever way it is, I assume I say that you should leave it on default. So block editor and MISC, I believe you should leave it this way. I believe that you should leave it this way. Like I said earlier at the beginning of the course, I will make sure that you only have sufficient information on the things that you need. You understand? On the things that will complicate your work, I don't want you to do that. Next thing we have is footer. This is footer. This is footer. This is footer. So this is copyright. You know those websites where you see copyright, this is your footer. You can see copyright 2026, my blog powered by Astra thing. This way you can customize it. When you click it, you can see copyright. You can see, if I change it to copyright WordPress, current year, which is 2026, site title, powered by Team Auto. But I don't want it to show powered by Astra things. I can just say powered by Josh. And I'll just publish it. Once I publish it here now, you will see that the result is going to be very, very much better. Once I publish it and I reload my page, you can see copyright WordPress 2026, my blog powered by Josh. My blog is the name of our site, which is the site title. So that's on footer. Then we have the site identity. This is one of the most important parts that you need to understand. Site icon. If you look at Light Hosting, there's an icon there. Something, this white image. Look at cPanel. There is this. Look at Google. You can see the G on Google. But for us, there's nothing. So we need a site icon. I click on it, choose my media library. I don't like any of those, so let me choose one from my gallery. I'll choose this one for my site icon. Select. Then I'm asked to crop it, and I just crop it anyway. Now it's my site icon. My site logo. Your site logo will display around here, so I'm going to use the same thing for my site logo too. I don't mind anyway it displays. I'm just going to use it like that. It's too big, so I'm going to reduce it here. You can see I reduce it, and now my site logo is displaying properly. Now I can change it from my blog. I don't want it to be my blog again. Let me see. Our sites, or let's use Joy Giver. Let's use a powerful name, Astra Project. Why is it double clicking? G Projects. You can see how the site name is displaying there. So site title, do you want it or not? Well, I don't want it. I just want the logo. The logo is enough. So, and that's it. You understand? So I click on publish. So you see how we are building our app from the scratch. That's our website rather. You see how we are doing it one after the other from the scratch. So there's no rush. We are still customizing it. Last place we went to was site identity. Now we are going to menus, and it says, it does not look like your site has any menus yet. Do you want to build one? I say, yeah, I would like to build one. Create menu. This menu name, let's say, is my menu. Right? My site menu. And I want it to be my primary menu. I click on next. Okay, what do you want to be on your menu? Number one, I like home page to be on my menu. Number two, I like posts. Number three, no, I don't want posts. Okay, so I want home page about us. I want contact us. Is that all? I want blog. I guess that's all I want for now. Well, you can see how we are going after it. I'm going step by step, and I'm going to click on publish. So you can see now we have home, about, contact, blog. Are you seeing? And this is how we are going about it, one after the other. Sorry. Now we finally have home, about. That's why I'm telling you, you need to start from customize. Now the next thing we have is widgets. We already have widgets. You understand? We already have it. That's the sidebar. Yeah. Then we have home page settings. Now, this thing is very important. You will notice that when we came here, this is our home page, it's showing blog. People visit our website and it's showing blog. Why is it showing blog? Why is it showing a blog site as our home page? If this is not a blog website, you want something else to display, it's not supposed to show blog. You can see the reason is from here. What is your home page supposed to show? Your home page displays your latest post or a static page. I can now say that whenever people want to read my blog, let them go to blog to read it. Don't let it be from my home page. My home page should not be a blog. I can come here and say I want it to be a static page. What page do you want to be your static page? Let the sample page be my static page for now. Where is my post page? My blog page should be my post page for now. Now once I click on home, whenever I visit my site, wordpress.gooddaynetwork.com, the sample page will be the primary page, while people will go to blog to read my posts. Do you understand? This is how it works. The reason why this hello world does not have a picture is because there was no feature image. So if you want to read, watch the video on feature image again, you go back to watch it. When you click on this particular post, you'll be able to open the post fully and you can read it. Do you understand? So this is how that works. Now we customize, and I'm going to pause this video so that you can digest this information, and we'll continue in the next video.